A 7-year-old girl who had to watch me and my brothers jump her daddy after school. I'm sorry. I know that was probably a traumatizing experience for you. But we kept asking you to stop bullying my daughter and you wouldn't listen. We sent letters home. We even had a meeting with you and your parents and you wouldn't listen. So now you know your actions have consequences. And since you too young to receive those consequences, you had to watch your daddy take those consequences. Get some therapy. You'll be alright. A lot of y'all keep asking why I didn't fight this man one-on-one and why I got my brothers to jump him in front of his 7-year-old daughter.
You got a good point, man. I hate to say it, to a certain degree, I agree with this brother. Yo, bullying is at an all-time high. A lot of these kids, I seen a situation where a kid was getting bullied in school, and they was filming it, and dude, he's sitting on the desk or whatever, and Shorty had enough. Shorty brought the knife to school, so the dude bullying him swings on him, plucks him. Little dude jumps off the desk, pull the knife out, bang, 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 chased him through the hallway, bang, 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 hit him with the knife, plugged him, and the bully ended up becoming the victim, and Shorty ended up getting charges pressed against him, and it ruined his life. So sometimes, man, like, what do what are you left to do? And with these little kids, a lot of them it's checking out. It's all on the internet how to check out. So a lot of these kids they fold under pressure. And as a parent, you want to go up to school. You start noticing changes in your kid. Your kid not as enthused in the morning to leave out and go to school. Or they just playing with their food, especially when you got younger kids that really can't communicate. And as a especially as a dad, what's wrong? You okay? They don't want to talk to you, so you got to pull it out of them if you lucky enough to get them to talk. And you find out. So of course, their first reaction is, "I want to destroy the world. I'm gonna leave a crater wherever this kid parents live at. It's over. Like I'm gonna demolish everything." But we know as rational adults that's not the way we supposed to act. So all right, we go to the school. Hey, this is what's going on. School, okay, we'll sit down with the parents. They reach out to the parents and sit down with the parents. And then that's all you could do. You can hope for like the parents going to be reasonable and we're going to work this out and hopefully maybe the kids can become friends. Sometimes you might get a parent where though they real spicy, you might, okay, I see what this is. We're going to have to take it to the streets. Like you just don't know what you're going to get in these situations. You could get a situation where the actual bully is being abused at home, and the bully is bringing it to school, taking it out on the other kids because he's bigger and stronger, or whatever. He just more aggressive, or she's more aggressive. So like, like I'm gonna say this, like it's up to you. If you do everything you're supposed to do, and a kid is still bullying your kid, and you gotta look your kid in the face and watch the hurt and the pain, what you gonna do? Yeah, I know I talk. I might be talking out both sides of my mouth right now, but I'll do the same thing. If I, like, what are you supposed to do in a situation where nobody does anything? You can't hit the kid, so you whoop the father ass. So I'm guessing the second part of this. So like, yeah, I'm with that. I'm with all that. I guess the second part of this video is them saying he jumped them. So let's see what he's got to say about them jumping the guy. Hold on. Because yeah, you could have just squared up with him. Y'all ain't had to bank him, but whatever y'all did.
A lot of y'all keep asking why I didn't fight this man one-on-one and why I got my brothers to jump him in front of his 7-year-old daughter. And the answer is simple. Life is not fair. You get jumped by responsibilities every day. But
Yo, don't say you get jumped by responsibility. Yo, you got a point. I mean, whatever you got to do to, whatever you got to tell yourself, whatever you got
bullying
to
is
tell
not
yourself,
fair
bro.
because you picking on somebody that's essentially a weaker vessel and that's smaller than you. So I wanted to make sure she saw what it looked like when a fight is not fair and you don't have no choice but to let somebody jump you.
I'm gonna say this. I hear you, but she's 7. She's not even comprehending that. And what degree of bullying a 7-year-old did that you had to go, y'all had to jump her father? She's not registering the fact, oh, this is payback, this is get back. They spun the block. That's not what the 7-year-old processing. She don't understand the whole thing. She just see her father getting whipped on. Maybe just a little bit. Maybe it's some understanding there where she know, all right, it's kind of my fault. and maybe she don't. But just say you ain't want to lose. If you would have fought them fair, you would if you wanted to teach a lesson, you could have said, "Hey, now we're gonna have a fair fight. We're gonna fight this out as men." If you wanted to teach a lesson, but y'all jumped them because you didn't want to lose. You wanted the odds stacked in your favor. It's like bringing a gun to a knife fight. You didn't want to lose. Just say that. Don't say, "Well, you wanted to show her what she ain't understand that. You just ain't want to lose." He might have had some size on him. He might have been a dude. It might have been a challenge. He might have whipped your ass. Just say that. I mean, all the other stuff I'm cool with, but like, don't sit here and don't try to justify it and say, "Well, I wanted to teach her a lesson." That's not true. You just ain't want to lose.
so she could get the concept of what she was doing. Sometimes kids learn from what they see and not what they hear. So I wanted it to be a visual experience, okay? I'm out here doing the Lord's work, okay? God is pleased with me whether or not y'all are.
All right, so he trolling a little bit, but I'm gonna say this, yo. People love their kids. People love their kids, and they will go to any extent to protect them. So one may say, well, you didn't have to do that, but you can't tell him that because if he dotted every I and crossed every T, he did what he had to do as a parent, and it kept on happening. What was he supposed to do? One would say, hey, you could take your daughter out to school. What if it was a big inconvenience? Won't he get his kid together? So you gotta make sure your kid is not out here bullying people, treating people bad. And kids are hard, they tough, they're raw, they uncut. They're gonna tell you how it is. And at the same time, a lot of kids can't take that type of criticism and pressure every day when they go into school to learn. It's hard enough. The last thing they need to do is be bullied. I could share a personal story when I had to go to a parent house because I had a parent trying to bully my kid. And when we went to this house, to make a long story short, we took the hammers with us because you just don't show up at nobody's house. But it was at the last draw. School didn't work, whatever. Not a fan of calling the police and from the streets. So I wanted to go talk to the adults, the mom and the dad, and it was young men there, whatever. But it got resolved. But it could have went either way, and I was ready for it to go either way. I was because this is my child. Like I will end the world like Thanos for my child, my children. So I understand. So parents with your little badass kids, your kids bad. Keep your kids in check before somebody hurt them or somebody hurt you. Luckily, dad just got the pound. Bang, bang, bang. Luckily, he didn't get popped. So it is what it is. It is a lesson. You may agree, you may disagree, but he had to do what he had to do. That's my thoughts.